What's up, y'all? It's your boy Who's Who 74, and we back with another One Piece review slash smoke session. You already know how we do. You feel me? Because we have a session while we review. Um, but this week's chapter is 1116, and just like last chapter, we getting information dumps like a motherfucker, man. So the last chapter had me out on my heels as far as the dimes Vegapunk was dropping. He was dropping dime after dime after dime as far as the voice century. We learned that Joy Boy was the first pirate. We learned that the ancient weapons still exist. We learned that the motherfucking old world, the sea level rised and flooded it by 200 meters. We know that Uranus has something to Uranus, the ancient weapon Uranus has something to do with it. That's just speculation, but he said it was one of the ancient weapons for sure. So it got to be Uranus. Can't be the other two. Uh, Considering the fact that it came from the sky when they destroyed Lelusia. Um, But yeah, we've been getting a lot of information, man. So you already know how we finna do. We finna hop up into this one strong and ready to go. I'm dangerous. I'm trying to hurt something. I'm trying to rob something. Alright. And y'all know how we do. Go ahead and kick back, relax, spark up, and review with me. And if you don't have no blunt on your own, feel free to hit mine as I put the blunt to the screen. And we finna get right into it. Y'all can already see the cover art for this week's chapter. If y'all can see it, y'all should be able to see it. I ain't got it blurred out too much. But this chapter is titled Conflict. And we start off with the cover spread of Yamato and I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm not even gonna try to guess, but Yamato. Okay, yeah, Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine pilgrimage, getting medicine and dumplings from Utsuru. So that's Utsuru. And then let's get into it. Come on. So we got what that is. Oda Ichiro and Oda Ichiro, and we got a bunch of people reacting to Vegapunk still. And they said, did he just say there are world sinking weapons still out there somewhere? A truth to be swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed up? Truth to be swallowed. Alright. Let's spark up, y'all. If you ain't got no blunt at home, that was for you. If you got weed but your son woke and you can't go out to the car right now to go smoke, that's for you. If you don't smoke and you watching this, peer pressure, nigga. Peer fucking pressure. Hit the blunt. And finally, if you just like to smoke, hit the blunt. Alright. So now we go back into the empty throne room. We see it says we see a picture of Emu like he's walking towards the wall, which he then approaches a picture that looks like Vivi. Vivi from Alabaster. And let's see, we got the dialogue. How can an 800-year-old war still be going on? So this still the people of Ada Ichiro talking. They saying how can an 800-year-old war still be ongoing? No one from back then is even alive. Why would a war rage on in total secrecy? And Emu was saying like Vegapunk. You feel me? He thinking to himself. He she it it's thinking to itself. like Vegapunk. So then Vegapunk, we get back to him. He's saying in all sincerity, I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart that there is something else I must confess. And while he's saying that, we get, some spreads of Alabasta actually. And it looks like we got the dude, the George Washington wig ass nigga, the one that was like VV's bodyguard. He looking at her missing picture. Her missing poster, and he crying. And everybody else just sitting there looking at a picture of her dad on the wall. And then we go back. Yeah, it's still them. It's still these motherfuckers. I forget who they is. Unimportant. But Vega Punk, we get back to some dialogue from Vega Punk. He's saying my goal was always to create an energy source to fuel society's development. And while it remains insufficient, my research has culminated in the mother flame, accumulated in the mother flame. Its power has many practical uses. I'm certain that one day this undying energy can be harnessed to ensure that the entire world lives in abundance. This breakthrough is, however, a small fragment of the flame, as the flame was stolen. He said this breakthrough is marred, however, as a small fragment of the flame was stolen. I take full responsibility for this unfortunate event. The cipher pole agents, and then we got the Marines. They saying the cipher pole agents are stuck in the middle of the island. This is bad. They're completely surrounded by flames. And then some more dialogue from Vegapunk. That was quite determined. Any idea what's happening, Edison? Okay, so yeah, we got some shit going on. That's when dude just cut the top off the thing. So now you're trying to figure out what's going on. I believe that's. I'm not even trying to get these Vegapunks' name figured out. The Vegapunks talking to each other. That spooked me too. The whole Gosharden basement came crashing down. There came crashing down here with all the Cypher Pole agents in tow. I can't generate any more clouds for the Straw Hat crew. Came crashing down. That's impossible. Whatever. Whatever. There's a lot going on. So we go back to that's that thick ass Vegapunk. And she in there with the Cypher Pole agent. He's still Kaku. Yeah, that's his name. He's still looking at that ass. Addison, is it okay if I let Kaku go free? I don't want him to suffer the consequences of this. Don't worry, I won't let him go after the Straw Hats, and I don't think pursuing them would be his priority anyway. Understood, Stussy. I'm sorry for putting y'all through all this. It didn't occur to me that there were your friends. Forgive me for making a turn on them. So that is Stussy. Thick ass. That's a suiting name. Whore. And then we go back to Vegapunk. The the dialogue from Vegapunk saying, despite being torn between both sides, you still no. That's still fucking Stella talking to Stussy, not Stella. Edison. Yeah, that's Edison talking to Stussy. Despite being torn between both sides, you still rescued us. That inner conflict is proof of your humanity, Stussy. Do as you please, just find a way to keep on living. She like, yes, sir. Now we get back to Vegapunk. 2 weeks after the flame fragment was stolen, we observed an intense glow emanating from above the kingdom of Lelusia. And we get a nice spread of Robin and everybody else. They just, no, that's not Robin. That's just some people somewhere else. I don't know what place that is, but they just sitting there looking shocked. They taking in the information, you feel me? And then Vegapunk continues to say, I later got the news that the entire nation had mysteriously vanished without a trace. Before long, my equipment registered that the worldwide earthquakes I mentioned earlier, this might be my pride as a scientist talking, but I was certain of it one fact. An ancient weapon did that. Why would somebody do that to Lelugia? That's what whoever that girl right there is saying. You feel me? And right next to her, we got some dialogue from Vegapunk as he continue on to the say only the mother flame could supply the immense energy needed to cause this tragedy. And then we got that's Big Folks. I forget his name, but I call him Big Folks. That's dude with the Conqueror hockey fist power that launched Zoro with that old boy with the gloves. He's saying Lelugia gone. This is the first we're hearing about this. Hurry and confirm it. And they saying, yes, sir, his minions. And then Vegapunk continues to say, my very own invention was used to power an ancient weapon. The motives and origins of the perpetrators are a mystery to me, but in the end, it all boils down to one hard truth. I am I am an accessory to an act of mass murder. I cannot express how remorseful I am for my part in this. I am truly sorry. But this proves my theory is plausible. The disaster that flooded the world was man made. And then they saying, the people who watching again, I think that's Chopper hometown again with all that snow. They like Vegapunk, it's not your fault. They sympathizing with his ass. And it's really not his fault. At the end of the day, he just lived for science, bro. And he was trying to do some shit that he thought was gonna better the world, and he ain't know that was gonna happen. Betrayed by one of his own. It be your own. It be your own. It always be your own. So then we get back. Let's see. We going to Wano, and then they saying, then Pluto is shh, and they saying, Lord Momonosuke, shush. There, there were once three great ancient weapons. That's what. So we get back to Vegapunk. So it looks like Momonosuke was finna say something about Pluton, and then Kinemon told him to shut the fuck up. And then we get to Crocodile and what's the name of their crew? The Cross Guild. And the Crocodile saying there were once three great ancient. Well, no, it's Vegapunk. So Crocodile listening in is Vegapunk saying says there were once three great ancient weapons. It is said that Joy Boy attempted to ensure that they would be passed on to future generations. That begs the question: why hasn't the world sunk enough? Such ambiguity makes it hard to brand one side and just the other evil. But the day of answers is coming. You're gonna choke, idiot. So we got damn, I forget his name, but the original fleet admiral eating like a motherfucker, and the other lady, and the admiral lady that used to be with him and Garp telling him he gonna choke. And then Vegapunk again is saying, considering this is a warning, when that time comes, everyone will fear the notion of a sunken world. The Void Century is still an enigma, but there are those who know what happened in its entirety. So we get to Marine Ford and Marine Base, and we see Akaino. This nigga is heated, literally heated. He's saying everything you're going to explain. He said everything. You're going to explain everything, Vegapunk. So he like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Vegapunk gets back to saying, I am referring to the former members of the Pirate King's crew. So Goldie Rogers and them found out about everything and just kept it all a secret. They found out the truth about what happened, so they know everything. Vegapunk don't know the full truth about what went down, but he's letting the world know the dumb niggas know what went down. They know the full truth of what went down. And everybody outraged, like, damn, pirates. How pirates know the secret of the world? Hang on, how is this possible, Stella? How could you be? How could you have known about me stealing the fragment of the mother flame? I cut off my memory synchronizations. This should have been impossible. Not only that, but I know. So we got the treacherous bitch trying to figure out how the fuck Vegapunk found out up that somebody stole the fragment of the mother flame. Time out, she turned her memory synchronization chip off, so he shouldn't have known. Not only that, but I know for a fact you're a terrible liar and a lousy actor. You were genuinely surprised, right? York, this was all your fault. You got news about Lelusia and took readings. What does that mean? When the time doesn't add up, you must have known the government's plan. The timeline doesn't add up. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done all this. You wouldn't have hidden the broadcast nail. Elders, I worked out where the broadcast nails is. Damn, are you certain? Without a doubt, I am. Without a doubt, I am Vegapunk too. It's in the it's in the Fabrio stratum. Nothing's working. That giant thing, that giant, the Iron Giant is guarding it. So that's where that thing coming to play in. That giant ancient robot is guarding the snail. So the elders are gonna have to get through that thing. We're gonna see what that thing about and what that thing could do and what that ancient technology from that ancient kingdom it can actually like we gonna really see firsthand what that shit can really get down like. And then Vegapunk continued to say, I'm sure they knew our entire lost history, so why would they just fade away without telling the soul? Why didn't they act? So then we go to Rayleigh, and where he is. Haven't you had enough, Bozo? You rarely get this wasted. And Riley saying, I'm old and washed up now, just like Vegapunk here. A blabbering old geezer who's already said too much. Don't be an ass and take it away from the youngsters. The thrill is theirs to seek now, right, Rogers? End chapter. Break next week. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, so man, there's a lot of speculations going on. It was a good chapter, but now I'm curious, bro. Like, what did what did the Roger Pirates see? What did they find out to the point that made them decide just not to act? I mean, I get why they didn't act because it wasn't the right time. Sure, Hoshi wasn't born yet, I don't believe, type shit, and some other stuff. But and nobody had the gum fruit at the time too. So yeah, you needed Nika to be around. But at the same time, why they sit on the information and they tell nobody nothing? They could have exposed the truth. He was the pirate king for a reason, so everybody know he went to the end of where the destination was that everybody was trying to get to. I don't know. I might have to make a whole nother video where we just put some theories together and try to speculate and put and map out an ideal of how all that came to be, how Joy Boy lost, that with the ancient weapons, what ended up making the sea level rise, 200 meters. We know the ancient weapons did it, but what led to that Emu's role? What's going on with him, and why the fuck was he looking at that picture of that? What was that? So Queen Lily, that's her name. The one that looks like Vivi on the wall. The picture of the lady on the wall that looked like Vivi. That was Queen Lily. I know that was her because she looked like Vivi, and as you could tell, it was an old picture from how it was drawn. What's what's to her? She got a major part to do in all this. I know she does. She definitely has a major part in all that. But what was her role exactly, and why is Emu so pissed at her or about her? Is Emu Queen Lily? Because it is widely speculated that Emu is a female. I don't know. Let's rate the chapter though. I'll give this chapter another. I give this chapter a 9 out of 10. Why? Because the last chapter had. I gave the last chapter a 10 out of 10 because it had a lot of information too. This chapter had a lot of information, maybe more, but the thing that decided it for me was the fact that last chapter had a little bit of action sequences in there. You feel me? You at least seen some motherfuckers clashing and slicing, dodging, or slicing shit in half. You feel me? So I rate this chapter a 9 out of 10. Taking a break next week, so I'm not too happy about that because this shit is getting good. But take y'all time if y'all need to work out y'all plans and how y'all wanna deliver this shit to us because the Gorosei versus that giant robot better be something. That robot better not go out like no bitch. As long as that motherfucker been around and we've been trying to figure out what its purpose was. Now I'm not saying as long as it's been around story wise. I'm talking about as long as it's been around since we've seen it. What's the fucking purpose of introducing it to us? See what that motherfucker about. But other than that, we're gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna let y'all go for today. Tune in with me next week and check out some of my videos for my My Hero Ultra Rumble gameplay and also some of my other One Piece chapter reviews. If you guys ain't seen more, want to see more of me, or if you need to actually catch up on the last few chapters, you feel me? Check me out.